Alright, so just to quickly finish up this lesson, just playing a bit more around dealing with transformations, mapping rules, and equations of quadratics, trying to make connections between the three representations. Given some information here, you're going to try and determine the equation of the quadratic. So in the first case here, I'm giving you the transformations. So we're told the transformation of y equals x squared such that we're vertically compressed by a factor of 1 over 3, translated right 5 and down 9. Okay, so remember that the vertical compression here is what gives you the a value. So let me just write out the basic vertex form to help us out here. A bracket x minus h squared all plus k. Okay, the vertical compression gives us our a value, so that tells us we're going to have 1 over 3. Now, if y equals x squared has been translated to right 5 and down 9, remember the vertex in y equals x squared is 0, 0. So if that's been shifted right 5 and down 9, picture that in a grid, right 5, down 9, we're somewhere down here, and the coordinates are 5, negative 9. So that gives me my h and k value. So I'm going to have 1 over 3 bracket x minus 5 all squared, and then minus 9. Okay, so there's my equation. The only difference between this one is, of course, it is a function, so you can use function notation instead of y, calling it f of x. Okay, so in the second case, I'm telling you again it's transformation of y equals x squared. I'm not giving you the transformations, I'm giving you the mapping rule. So it is possible to go straight from the mapping rule to the equation. If you recognize the pattern, you can jump straight to the final answer. But I'm just going to remember the transformations here. So first off here, I see that the x values are going down by 8, which means they're moving to the left by 8. Okay, the y value is moving up by 4, so we have a shift of up 4 and left 8. So that will tell you my vertex. Okay, so if I'm going up 4, well, let's do left first. So left 8, up 4, my vertex is going to be negative 8, 4. Okay, and over here I have a negative 2 over 7 y. So the 2 over 7 gives me a vertical compression, a factor 2 over 7, and the negative tells me I have a reflection. But that will give me the a value in my vertex form, so it's negative 2 over 7. So putting all that into our vertex form, I have a equals negative 2 over 7, h is negative 8, so I have x minus negative 8 or x plus 8 inside the equation, and then my k is 4. So I wind up with a function of f of x equals negative 2 over 7 bracket x plus 8 all squared plus 4. Okay, and last but not least, I'm giving you the vertex, and nothing about transformations, but I'm telling you a point it passes through. So let's try and set this one up. So I'm going to start with my equation in vertex form like I did with the others. And I have to think, okay, what do I know about this parabola? So I know that the x value of the vertex, the h, is negative 7. The y value of the vertex, the k, is minus 2. So I can put those in, at least for starters. Nice to have some things done. So x minus negative 7 is x plus 7, all squared, and then minus 2. So the only thing I really need to figure out is my a value. And I haven't given you any information about the transformations to find the a value, but I do have this point 810 that I haven't used yet. So you may remember back in grade 10 doing something like this. What you're going to do now is you're going to sub your known point in for x and y. Okay, and then once it's subbed in, well, let's see what happens. Hopefully we only have one unknown left. So y is 10. I have my a, x is 8, so I have 8 plus 7 all squared minus 2. Now the beauty of this is the only unknown left in the equation is this a that I can then solve for. Okay, you have to be very, very careful with solving this. I see a lot of algebra mistakes when people go through this, so simplify inside the brackets first. So I have 10, I have a, 8 plus 7 is 15. That minus 2 is still hanging around. Okay, exponents come next, so I have 10, a, 15 squared is 225. Okay, and just to simplify that to get rid of the brackets, I'll do the multiplication here, so I get 225a. Okay, also need to be careful about order of operations here. I see often in a situation like this, people try and simplify this to being 223a on the right side of the equation. You cannot do that because, well, they're not like terms. There's 225a, 2 doesn't have an a, so you can't combine those at all through simplification. What you are going to do, though, is you're going to add 2 to both sides of the equation to help isolate for a. So now my left side is going to be 10 plus 2, which is 12. And I have 225a on the right hand side, and now I'm just going to divide both sides by 225. So that's going to give me a equals 12 over 225, okay, which hopefully you can see reduces to 4 over 75. Okay, so in the end, my equation vertex form, it's a lovely a value of 4 over 75, and I wind up with x plus 7 all squared minus 2. Okay, and that's it, that's all. Okay, so again, we're all done. Homework is here. Please make sure you go through it. Again, mapping rules take some getting used to, and there's a lot of quadratics being thrown into this unit, so we want to put yourselves in good shape for the upcoming stuff. Okay, that's it, that's all.